Welcome to the New Hollywood Show. So thankful to be able to bring this show to you every Monday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. And hey, Merry Christmas to you. It's that time of year. It's Christmas week. So excited to be sharing some time with you and having a Merry Christmas out there. Hopefully everyone's going to be good to go for Christmas. And we're going to talk a lot about Christmas today, but guess what? We're also going to talk about Sony's Kraven the Hunter bombing at the box office. Oh man, Marvel. Oh, you're killing me. And hey, Trump is going to crush censorship. That'll be good for us, right? Get that censorship under control. And Disney's financial hole. We're going to talk about that. They got a big one. They got a big one right now. We'll get into that. Plus, our guest tonight is a writer and a producer, and his most recent film, Am I a Racist?, is very good, very funny. We're going to talk about that with Sean Hampton with us tonight. That's going to be cool. We're going to get into a whole lot more as well. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello, free thinkers, Hollywood professionals, and creatives worldwide. I am Tatum Schenk. We are Hollywood for Freedom, and this is our podcast to stay connected with you, our community of free thinking industry professionals and fellow like-minded patriots. As creatives, look, you are responsible for shaping the hearts and minds of our culture. What you create matters, and what we believe matters, which is this. We believe wholesome ideals and traditional values create a healthy culture. We believe in personal autonomy, freedom, and responsibility. Being a free thinker is crucial, and we believe you can be a healthy creative working in Hollywood, or better yet, in the new Hollywood we're creating. All right, if you're not yet a member of our database, go to our website, hollywoodforfreedom.com, and join the database for free. If you want to follow our show, you can click on the links in the description. Make sure you're clicking on those likes and give us a lot of likes and thumbs up. All that stuff helps. And don't trust big tech, okay? Here's the thing. Find us on Rumble and X, all right, where we can speak freely from censorship. And we are actually on Apple Podcasts now, so you can find us there too if you want to just listen in to the show. But also click on that link to follow notifications for our weekly show. Okay, let's keep moving right along here. Got to get my co-host for the show in here today. First up, he is one of the co-founders of Hollywood for Freedom. He is the producer of this show, the one making all this happen, the one I like to call Dapper. Here he is, the Dapper one, Timothy Glover. What's up, Tim?
Well, I'm sort of keeping up with some standards. I've noticed that, you don't even shave anymore.
Good. Hey, nice catch, but there's a reason for that. And if you don't let me forget later, I'll let you know. But this is Christmas time sweater. Christmas sweaters for Christmas time. Come on. Yeah. All right. Listen.
All right. We'll give you a pass because it's the holidays.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, let me explain the shave thing here in a second. Right after I bring on our third co-host today. He's an actor, a producer, and someone who's not fond of the cold. The one and only Siaka Massaquoi. Siaka.
Hey, what's up, guys? And just so you know, I bucked the trend this time, and I wore something with a collar. So this was actually for Tatum switching the game up and for Tim not wearing a jacket. So,
hey, Christmas sweaters for Christmas time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's good. Right.
I can see we've all put a lot of thought into it anyway.
Yes, we did.
Okay, so the shave thing, real quick. Okay, so my wife and daughter were playing around with some I don't know what it's even called on the phone. They can make you look like older or younger or crazy, different things. They had me with a beard, and I was like, oh yeah, that's probably what I would look like with a beard. You know what? Maybe I should grow a beard for Christmas. My wife's like, don't grow a beard. I'm like, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
So basically, we're seeing you rebel against your wife's wishes right now. Thank you for putting it on screen for us to judge.
Well, women generally tend to hate, facial hair. I don't know if that's a thing, but
you guys should have seen these images though. Like one with a surfer dude that they handed out. It was crazy. It was really bad. The one that looked okay was the one with the beard.
He's like,
and look, that's just my excuse. I just didn't want to shave.
No, have you ever
had a beard?
No, but have you ever had a beard? Like
I mean, I've grown it out, not to a full beard. I've let it go quite a while. It gets itchy. I don't like it. I did grow a mustache once. It took me about 6 weeks for a role. I was playing a cop with a mustache, and I did do that. So that my own mustache. Yeah.
Please do that. Please do that.
I had a massive beard at one point.
No way.
Massive beard.
Yeah, it was like down here. I got some photos.
Okay,
I just one summer I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna let it go. I just I'm done. I'm just gonna let myself go. And it was awesome. I've got these photos of me going camping with my 2 boys, and I've got this massive big beard. Wow, it's so cool.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that. We should do our beard poll, huh? Yeah, do women like beards? Put in the comments below.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I don't know if beards are very dapper, though, Tim. That's kind of going against the grain there.
I know, that's the thing. I mean, it was a whole thing. It was, breaking loose.
Santa's got a dapper beard, man. What are you talking about? Every year it comes in clean. It's like sharp.
I guess so. Right all right, fine. You win. Dapper beards are a thing. Yeah, that's so cool. So wait, is that our poll, guys? You want to go with that?
Why not? Let's put it in there.
Yeah. Okay. Throw in the chat. What was it like? Do you think?
Do women like beards?
Do women like beards? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, beard, no beard. There's your answers. Yeah, throw it in the chat. Let us know what you guys think. Whether beards are good for women or not. All right.
You make it sound like should women have beards or not?
No.
Are women. Are beards good for women or not? All right.
Beards on men. Are beards on men good for women or not? Okay. My bad.
There you go. There you go. We got to ask our guest too.
We can. Speaking of our guest, let's get to him right away. Let's do it. Let's get him in here. Let's do, we're going to go to an ad break here real quick, and then we're going to get right in with our guest, Sean Hampton, because this is going to be a fascinating conversation. I'm excited to talk all about what he's up to, but let's have a quick break here to mention our sponsor, Ad Life Academy, and we'll be right back. Ad Life Academy, academic excellence of private school with a customization of homeschool. At Ad Life, we believe in cultivating leadership, fostering a love for learning, and building a foundation of love through caring for others. With personalized in-person learning, small on-site class sizes, and a strong community, your child's potential is unleashed in an environment designed to nurture their mind, heart, and spirit. Ad Life Academy is more than education because we prepare your child academically, mentally, and emotionally for life. Hollywood for Freedom is proud to partner with Ad Life Academy because this school, with locations already in Pasadena and Pomona, is soon to be opening a center for the arts in Hollywood as well. We believe that there is no better way to help generate meaningful avenues for our members to thrive or reshape the culture identity of Hollywood than to build strong families. Our partnership with Ad Life Academy aims to provide the education, the community, and the support needed for you to do just that. If you have children and are looking for an alternative to their current education, we invite you to get more information. Scan the QR code here or click the link in the description to make an appointment with Ad Life directly. There's a button right there on their homepage to join a 30-minute in-person Zoom info session every Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 or 11 a.m. Ad Life will also be running an on-site open house event in December, which you can express interest in attending by leaving a comment in the chat below, emailing us at info@hollywoodforfreedom.com, or messaging us through our website, hollywoodforfreedom.com. Enrollment is open now for January commencement, so reach out to Ad Life Academy today for a life-changing experience and to support Hollywood for Freedom by letting them know we sent you. Okay, Ad Life Academy. Pretty awesome. Thank you for show today. And look, whether you're an industry professional or a supporter of Hollywood for Freedom, go to our website, hollywoodforfreedom.com, to join the database for free. And make sure you click on the links now to join us on Rumble and X. And don't forget to hit that follow button for notifications of our weekly show. And oh yeah, don't forget, we're now on Apple Podcast as well. Okay, today's guest, Sean Hampton. Sean Hampton is a producer and a writer. He was a producer on his most recent project, Am I a Racist, with Matt Walsh for the Daily Wire. I'm so excited to talk more about this film today and with Sean. So Sean Hampton, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Hey, Sean. Hey, we really appreciate you being on. We do. And this is going to be fascinating talking to you and getting some more insight to that movie. I saw it. I was laughing out loud. It was just so crazy and insane. The things that you guys got on camera and on tape, these were real people, right? This is a documentary. Like, you had real people that were doing these crazy things. Yes.
Oh yeah, they were. I mean, not just real people, but these were some of the most visible people in the field, because that was one of the elements that we knew we needed to include to make sure that we were showing the public what's really going on. You know, if you see people that you saw on Dr. Phil or that you've seen be interviewed on CNN by Anderson Cooper, if you see those same people in our documentary saying the same thing, then you know that this is authentic. So we knew we had to knock it out of the park when it came to who we got in the film.
Yeah, and like this DEI agenda that's out there, right? This is the whole film is kind of based around that, right? And it's this crazy, like, just people are they're just so nutty for this diversity inclusion. You know, it's I don't know. It's almost unbelievable that people are this way, and yet you guys are I don't really say exposing them for who they really are, but that's really what you're doing, showing this insanity. I just call it insanity. That's the I. The I should be insanity in their thing. DEI, right? But right. So Sean, I know these people they're crazy people. That's my take on what I watched when I saw this, and I know you guys, they're real. We were talking about that, but how did you get them to agree to do these interviews?
Well, I mean, you know, I think the answer to that kind of goes into the kind of people we're talking about. And specifically, the people in the DEI grift are people who they found like a little pocket of money they can make in peddling guilt. And so they've come up with their own courses and seminars and belief systems in order to sell you the guilt, and then at the same time sell you the cure for your guilt. And when it came to who we were going to get in the film, we like I said, we knew that we needed some of the headliners, but we also knew that it would be a challenge to get them to sit down. So it's not as simple as they'll just sit down with anybody, because they are the top of their field. So that meant that it took a lot of talking to them, a lot of back and forth. I think a lot of newer filmmakers will try to just set out and do something, and they think they can just talk to someone right away. I can contact Robin DiAngelo and talk to her. But really, you know, they're running a business, and you have to go through their process, and that can take months. And that's why it's great that companies like Daily Wire exist, so they can fund these projects and give us the time we need to talk to these people and get access.
Yeah, so a lot of time when getting this thing up and running and doing what you did. That's really cool. I'm gonna get the guys in here. Siaka, Tim, jump on in here. I want to get you guys involved with this talking with Sean. Siaka, go. What do you got?
Yo, Sean, what's up, man? So good to see you here on our show. You know, I wanted to ask you, when you're talking about like working with them and going through the process, in seeing the movie, and then we've all seen the movie now, you told a story about one of your guests was kind of a through line throughout your whole project. And you said it takes months to kind of get these people secured. Did you guys have that through line before securing the guest? And was that more of kind of a happy accident that worked out? Or was this like, look, this is going to be our plan and we're going to have to wait to get her no matter what? Like, how was that process? Because it played out so well.
So we always knew that like our white whale, if you would call it, Robin DiAngelo, was always part of it. You know, that we always wanted to get that interview. The way it played out and the things that were said and the examples given, things like that, that's kind of the magic that happens in between. You know, a great example of this is one of the earliest scenes is the white guilt group therapy session, where Matt gets discovered for who he is and thrown out. If you look at the timeline of shooting, that was actually one of the last scenes that we shot in the film. But because of the way the conversation went, because Matt's such a great improv actor, really, you know, he's just great on his feet. The way that worked out, we got so many moments where that plays better at the point in the story where we put it in the very beginning, because it sets him off and it shows that he can't go anywhere as himself, because that was another thing we realized, is that people will say, well, why not just show up as yourself and see what happens? Because that's what happens. And then when it did, we said, oh, this is great. We will show everyone this is what happens if Matt Walsh shows up as himself.
Well, so that scene was shot last, but that was like the opening of the whole movie, which sets the stage for everything else that comes later. Did you guys feel like there was something missing when you got done, or if that was the last shot, how far along was it that it was the last shot before being done and then brought back in?
I mean, we so many times thought we were done and we weren't, and then, you think you're done and then another opportunity comes up, or you think you're done and this person you wanted to talk to months ago who never responded now is responding to you. Once again, all credit to the Daily Wire for trusting and believing in us, because that can be frustrating to a company, I'm sure, when they, you say, hey, we're ready to deliver. And then, oh, wait, by the way, this really great opportunity came up. So they really trusted us after the success we had with What Is a Woman. And that's how this movie really got made, was that relationship. But I always joke that we had about 7 or 8 wrap parties for this film.
That's great.
How did getting the release forms, getting these people into a situation that they can't be happy with now? I mean, have you come across any of these people after the fact? I mean, where they've seen what you guys put together and then later realized what they were part of?
Nothing in person. It's only been through either, a social media post or something like that.
Or lawyers.
Yeah, or lawyers. Yeah, that's their favorite. But the truth is that we didn't have to give them some kind of story. We basically gave them their contract. They had ample time to review it with their lawyers. They signed, and all that was done. And in speaking to them, we told them that we were making a documentary about race in America. And if you look at what you see on screen, I mean, first off, that's what was shot. We didn't deceptively edit anything. That's how they responded, and that's what they believe. You can cross-reference their answers in our movie with things they've said on other platforms and in other shows. The special thing I think that our documentaries, What Is a Woman and My Racist bring, is that we just let them talk. We just ask them questions and let them talk. And by the time they're talking for maybe 90 minutes with Matt before they really get into the stuff that they're saying that you see in the movie, before they're warmed up and feel they can say what they need to. So we just give them ample runway. These interviews last 2.5, 3 hours. So they really are just talking.
So Sean, if you have 2 hours, you cut it down to about anywhere between 15, maybe 20 minutes sprinkled in. Did anyone know it was Matt Walsh at any point of the time with those interviews? Because the people in the group, they found out, and that was hilarious. Did anything like that happen with the interviewers, the direct one-on-ones?
No, that was the
wow.
That was the magic of it. Once again, during production, I would always say that I felt like we were Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, just in the fire and not burning, because it was, you would get people in and they would just kind of look at him, but they wouldn't. Okay. They just wouldn't make that connection, and it's so interesting. It's kind of like if you see a movie star in Starbucks. Like you just see them out of context. So it takes a second for you to realize who you're looking at, or that this isn't someone you see every day. There's only the 2 instances of him getting noticed were at the end. So it was the group therapy session, as you saw in the film, and then it was at the DNC. So
yeah.
It was 2 times.
Oh, epic troll at the DNC. I know I saw you guys go there, and it was like, that kind of was the best ad for Am I Racist that probably anyone had ever seen. Did you guys, you got kicked out. What was that whole process like of going to the DNC, or first of all, wanting to go to DNC, being in it, and then getting kicked out?
Well, the idea came from, it's our team, the same people that came up with the ideas to get into the interview rooms. It's the same kind of the same mentality to get to the DNC. And I can tell you that it's, people at the DNC and in these bubbles, they really do protect themselves from outside opinions, and so they'll know Matt because of something they saw or something, but they're not watching every day. They're not really engaging with his thoughts and ideas because that's how weak their thoughts and ideas are. So that works to our advantage because in these moments when they see him in a wig and a hat, they just kind of can't believe what they're seeing, I think. And they just say, but wait, this can't be what I'm seeing. So it must be something else. And it just gives us enough time to actually get in and work. But I mean, the process, once again, is just securing badges like anyone else and walking in like anyone else and just having God go in front of us.
That's great. I love that analogy. The fiery furnace, like that's so cool. You guys are there, but you're not getting burned. You're in the flames and it's just all around you. And that's so cool. That I love that about, like what you're talking about. So neat. So here's the thing. So different. Those two movies that you did, What is a Woman and I think I said, Am I a Woman earlier? I don't even know. What is a Woman?
Well,
and
do you have a beard? Do you have a beard or not?
That's right.
That should tell
Put in the chat if you think women with beards are women or no. Okay, the fiery furnace. You're talking about that. That's an awesome. Like I love that analogy. Like how you're in the furnace and not getting burned with all these people around you. They don't even know it's you guys. It's cool. But what's next on the docket? Both of these movies were so, stand alone, really, really good in their own way, different ways. You guys got something else coming and cooking that you could share with us yet, or what's going on? What's next?
I mean, I can tell you that we have many, many ideas for things we want to do in the future, but in all honesty, at the current moment, just rest is kind of on the table right now, because even though the film is out, there's still so much going on with it. Just with Matt in the interviews and just the attention that comes from that, and this film took a long time to make, and we all spent way too much time on the road away from family, and so that was one of the things that we all said once the movie was out and done. And when we say out and done, we don't mean in theaters. I'm talking on the Daily Wire platform like it is now. Yeah. That for us, we knew it would be towards the end of the year. We said, okay, this is where we're going to like kind of really start to reconnect and get back into the essentials at the level we were before. Our whole team is very family oriented, so it's been a big strain on us to put so much into that film. It's been a great effort. That's why if you look at the end of the film, you'll see that all of the producers' wives have a special thanks credit. That's awesome because that's us recognizing they were holding the fort down while we were out making the film.
That's really good. Yeah. And this is a great time for family, right? Christmas time, right? Great time for family. It's Christmas time on the new Hollywood show here. So we'll be talking a little bit about some Christmas movies maybe here coming up. But this is cool. We got Sean with us for this next segment. We'll get his take on some of our articles here because we're going to jump in now to our news and notes and the good, the bad, and the ugly of the All right, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly of the industry, and not necessarily in that order. I think I got the first one up here. Kraven the Hunter, man, I am a comic book fan from being a kid. I used to love reading the comics. And Kraven the Hunter, here's a Variety article for you. Box office. Kraven the Hunter bombs with 11 million opening weekend. Worst start of a Sony-produced Marvel film. All right, Kraven may be the world's greatest hunter, but the comic book villain couldn't manage the climb to the top of the box office charts. Sony's Kraven the Hunter, a superhero spinoff starring Aaron Taylor Johnson as Spider-Man's notorious foe, launched behind already low expectations at number 3 with 11 million in some 3,000 theaters. It landed the worst debut for Sony's universe of Marvel characters behind February's Misfire. Madam Web, which brought in 15 million, as well as some of the franchise's lowest ever marks from critics and audiences with a tragic 15% on Rotten Tomatoes and a C grade on Cinema Score. All right, here's the deal. They're destroying the Marvel comics. That's what's happening here. It's really frustrating. They're trashing them. They're trying to take these villains and make movies out of them. And I don't even know. it's so frustrating, guys, because I love Marvel Comics, grew up with them. My brother and I, we still collect, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, like early 80s. We still collect those, right? We're not even into the newer stuff. But Kraven the Hunter was a great character, man. He was awesome. It was a Spidey villain, but they made this movie that doesn't look like I'm going to be seeing it anytime soon. And it's just, I think it was 110 million or something was the budget for this thing. And they made 11 million on opening weekend. And, for once, it's not Disney, it's Sony. Sony owns the rights over here to the Spider-Man stuff. So what do you guys think? What are they doing here?
Well, before Siaka's going to be very opinionated about this because I know he loves comics so much. But I just wonder whether people are a little bit fatigued. Yeah, no, it's all behind him. Yeah. I wonder whether people are a little bit fatigued with the Marvel and DC films. And, I think it's just been saturated. And I think people just sort of have tuned out a little bit, especially when you're talking about these offshoot characters that probably a lot of people don't necessarily know that well. So, yeah, and they pour so much money into these projects, and I think they've had such a good season of them for so long that I think they've come to think that they can pretty much throw anything out there and the public is going to eat it up. And I think they're just finding out that that's not actually the case.
Yeah, it's got to be a good movie. Like you can't just take a character and make garbage. That's the problem, I think, right? They're not maybe taking their time with the story or the character development or whatever. I mean, it's a comic book. You still have to have, it's got to have a story there, and you got to get the audience connected and caring for these characters, right? And so, I haven't seen this movie. Maybe it just missed at the box office, and it's really, really good. Maybe, but 11 million. It's kind of
that's pretty dismal.
That's dismal. That's probably saying something else. But Siaka, Sean, what do you guys think, man? You got to take on this?
I'll give it to Sean. Let's give it to Sean first.
I'm the comic book, not even novice. I'm not very educated on the comic books, but just from a movie perspective and looking at history, I think there's a reason why movies about villains, number one, you need people who are kind of swinging for the fences. You need that indie filmmaker spirit, somebody who loves the content, and they're not in it for the money or the commercial formula. I mean, Joker at $55 million budget with Todd Phillips, they couldn't do that again. They had a $200 million budget the next time. They couldn't do what they did the first time. Deadpool, technically a hero, but the king of the anti-heroes, that wasn't fully supported in the very beginning. It took an internet campaign after seeing one scene leaked in order to get them to fund it, and even then they still underfunded it. So whenever you come in with a movie with all the trimmings, it's just not necessarily going to work. And in comic books, I mean, in Siaka, I'll lead in with you with this. It's always a very tricky formula, as from what I can tell, because there's certain characters who you think would work in a standalone film, but the audiences don't want that. So, for example, the Hulk has only ever been liked when he is a guest star in someone else's film. All the Hulk standalone films are just, everyone hates those, but they love the Hulk in those movies. So, okay, we don't really want to see Bruce Banner and the Hulk's struggle. We want to see mostly the Hulk, and then we'll see Bruce Banner in there somewhat. So those are delicate formulas. So Siaka, you can take it away from there. Why didn't this work?
Well, let's talk about I'm going to talk about, it was in about 3,100 theaters or 3,400 theaters. And that's, man, for 11 million, that's $3,425,000 per theater. That how disgusting that is when you're putting it out at that level. I mean, Sean, you guys did Am I Racist in the theaters? I think you were in 15 to 2,000 theaters or something, and you guys blew that out of the water. To Tim's point, I think the fatigue comes from seeing things like She-Hulk, most of Disney Plus's TV series, the Marvels, Captain Marvel, the first one, the Eternals. After a while, people won't trust, even if it's IPs that you like, people won't trust it. And so let's look down the list of this one. You had Morbius. You had Venom: The Last Dance, which people aren't really a big fan of, even though it made money because I think it was carrying off the first two. And you have Madam Web, which by all accounts, was one of the most disastrous. I personally think it was probably the worst movie of those three that I mentioned, but Kraven the Hunter coming out now on the backs of all those other things, it's kind of why we see it fall apart. And, when people say the fatigue, only I'll go to more of Tatum's point on this. People like good movies and good stories, right? So people will always go out and see a good movie that has a good story. The issue is that we have people who are in the production camp, and they do this paint by producer type of ways to make movies in Hollywood, especially with IPs that are very loved, as you can see here, by people like myself and Tatum. And then they have people who have no idea what it is. And then they come in, unfortunately, more with ideology than with what's going on in the project. We're even seeing that with War of the Rohirrim right now. Even though you had your Peter Jackson and Fran a part of the project, they went to their ideology, and that movie is doing terrible. So if they move away from the actual core of the IP, they stick to their ideology, which is, as we were mentioning earlier, just with the Am I Racist and people recognizing Matt Walsh, they're so insulated that they can't think of any other way to make a movie outside of the identity or ideology first. And so they're coming in with a mixed bag of just garbage with a positive IP that most people will show up to. And then boom, it all just falls flat on its face. And then now no one trusts them anymore.
Yeah. Well, Kraven the Hunter, not doing too much hunting in the theaters this season that we're in. So let's go on to the next one. This is the next article here. Trump crushing censorship. You got this one, Tim?
Yeah, I've got this one. So Trump's plan to crush censorship. And I thought this was pertinent to this show because, we've all been censored in some way, and that's part of what brought Hollywood for Freedom together. But this article says Elon Musk recently shared a 2022 video of President-elect Donald Trump outlining a plan to restore freedom of expression and eliminate left-wing censorship regime, pledging immediate action upon taking office. If this most fundamental right is allowed to perish, then the rest of our rights and liberties will topple just like dominoes. That's why today I'm announcing my plan to shatter the left-wing censorship regime and to reclaim the right to free speech for all Americans. And reclaim is a very important word in this case because they've taken it away. Yeah, so the origins of Hollywood for Freedom is where, through the 2020 election campaign season, a lot of us were being censored. I know for myself, I was booted off Facebook for posting political speech, and so yeah, it's a pertinent topic. There's been a lot of people that have been affected by it. And so this is huge. This is Trump coming in and doing everything that we hoped he would do. So it's a really exciting message.
Yeah, well, we're going to need we need that, right? We need something because like the censorship is really bad. Like that's we're telling people to follow us on Rumble and X because we're like-minded over there. We can speak our mind, and this is the trouble with Instagram and YouTube, and just like you can't get some of this content out there. So that's a cool thing. It's a great. I hope it comes to fruition as he's saying, and it actually happens. So
I just want to follow that article up, if you don't mind, just for a minute. There was a channel that I sort of started to watch through that season, the 2020 season. It was called Next News Network, and it was just a place on YouTube where we could go and just get some, sort of right-leaning information. I found this video today from, who is it? It's from Mr. Reagan. He's a YouTuber that I've got to know. And I just want to play this because it's really interesting. As News Network recently just got remonetized on YouTube, and this was their response. Watch this.
Did we just get remonetized? Hang on, wait, Brian, wait. You're a YouTube partner. Holy cow. Wow. Holy cow. They just remonetized the frickin' channel. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm calling my wife right now. Oh my God. We just got remonetized on YouTube. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, baby.
Oh, wow.
I know. I know. I know. I know.
Brian, you stuck it out. You stuck it out, Brian, and you made a lot of sacrifices. And God is good. God is so good.
Oh my God.
Man, that makes me cry. I don't know about
Yeah,
you
it
guys,
does.
but man,
Yeah.
that response of him, to after and it's been years, it's been years, and these people put their livelihoods, they put all their work, blood, sweat, tears, all their finances into these businesses, into these things, and they're just shut down. And we're talking about, he was demonetized. He was probably shadow banned. Goodness knows what. But Trump is dealing with all of these things. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah, everybody's got a comment on that. Wow.
Well, I know that. Wow. Thank you for playing that video, Tim, because I think he encapsulated the overall feeling and frustration. And it's weird, right? Because like thinking about it, like you said, made you want to cry and just getting emotional thinking about knowing the frustration of all you're trying to do is be a part of this social contract, be a part of this conversation for the most part, right? Like most people who are getting censored in 2020 and 2021, they weren't like, okay, I'm going to go say the most outrageous stuff like Howard Stern and make money. That's not what it was. It was a lot of it, like myself, like yourself, it was what we believed and wanted to share.
Yeah.
And watching that reaction, it really hits because there's a reason why the First Amendment is the First Amendment and the Second Amendment is the Second Amendment, because when you can't speak, as Vivek says, you can't speak, they'll scream. If they can't scream, they'll destroy stuff. And I know for me, being on the California Secretary of State's office censorship list since September of 2020, to look at that. And that was one of the reasons why I personally never even bothered to try to start a YouTube channel or anything, because I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and just scream into a void and feel like to me, it feels like it's its own kind of torture. And kudos to him that he kept going like many others. And I hope to and pray that this administration, for all the totalitarian overreach that they did display, like the censorship, that not only are they hit hard, but people need to be restored for the things that they've done to them. Not just counting some of the other stuff we've talked about in the show, but the censors people's voices when that is literally enshrined. That's the first thing that establishes our country, is like it's a different form of sickness to me that needs to be rooted out and needs to be decimated and made an example of, so that people don't think, hey, this is a good idea. Why? Because we have the money or we have the ability to turn the switch on and off. Like, don't play in this game of free market if this is how you're going to work.
Yeah, that's a good video. Yeah, really cool. I feel, yeah, right. Like, it's so hard to even.
Hollywood for Freedom. We were shadow banned, right?
Yeah. Of course.
We still are.
Yeah.
We still are on Instagram. Like, you put a video out and it'll get like in 2 to 3 hours, get 10 likes. Then like, if we collaborate with each other, it like barely ticks up. It's like, look, we're not trying to take down anyone else's thing they're doing. We're trying to show what I think we believe other people are feeling and other people are thinking. And we're trying to actually connect. That's really what it is. You're trying to connect with your audience, with the people who are going through. I'll never forget this. I want to share this real quick. Our first party that we ever did, we did it at Pineapple, Pineapple Hill in Van Nuys. And after the tail end of it, and people were pretty much leaving, or kind of meandering around, This guy comes out. This dude, he walks out and somebody points him to me and they're like, hey, he can help you. And he's had a beer and he goes, what is this? And this was probably middle or late 2021. And we're like, oh, we're just a group, Hollywood professionals. We're sick of the censorship and being like ostracized and the jab this and the card that. And my man looked around and he said, thank you. He said, I've been an independent director for 10 to 15 years here in Hollywood. And now he said, I just wanted to go to the bar and talk to people and connect. And this is the only bar that would let me in without some type of paperwork to show up. And the fact that you guys are even doing this now, he just said, thank you. And I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but if people don't understand what they were doing, man, that stuff was so wrong, man. So wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why we did start Hollywood for Freedom, right? To connect like-minded people, to stand up for rights and freedoms of performers in this industry. And we're going to keep going and keep standing up for rights and freedoms. And that's Hollywood for Freedom. Look, if you're not yet a member of the database, go to the website, hollywoodforfreedom.com, sign up. It's free. We want to connect with you. We're here. We over 600 industry professionals currently in our database. So if you want to join the movement, the strength is in the numbers. Like we always say, join us and then be a part of this community and, like-minded, free-thinking individuals who just want to live their lives without that censorship and that people coming after us. And we can create that world right outside of Hollywood. Right. We can create that new Hollywood together. So join the website, go to the website, join the database, be a part of this. All right. Okay. Man, Tim, you got us on that one. Woo. Let's move on. Let's move on. Oh man.
We got to lighten it up a bit now.
You give me fire.
I like that Sean didn't say nothing because he didn't want to break either. He's like, I'm gonna just keep it nice.
Firing us up here. Well, let's go to our got another article here. Let's talk about Disney's financial hole, shall we? There we go. Go. You got this, Shaka? Go.
Yeah, this is mine. So from Forbes, the real reason for Disney's 11 billion streaming losses. All right, few developments are as well suited to Disney as streaming, with an archive of more than 8,000 hours of content spanning more than 8 decades. It was a no-brainer to offer subscribers online access to it. However, a flaw buried deep in the business model of Disney Plus streaming platform has turned it from Disney's Prince Charming into an ugly duckling. Oh, whack, whack. For a number of months in 2020, Disney was almost entirely reliant on Disney Plus, and it came into its own. As people were stuck indoors during lockdown, the popularity of the platform surged and was hailed as Disney's white knight. It was almost unthinkable that it could actually end up bringing the company to its knees, but that is exactly what happened over the following years. As subscriber numbers soared far beyond Disney's forecast, the mouse got drunk on its own success and plowed billions of dollars into exclusive Disney Plus content. By the time it was released, there was a vaccine for COVID-19 and the pandemic had ended. Customers were left picking up the tab for blockbuster furlough payments, creating a global cost of living crisis that endures to this day. It led to people cutting their streaming subscriptions and left Disney with a loss-making platform. In order to pacify disgruntled stockholders, Disney has to cut $7.5 billion of costs, including a lot of exclusive streaming content it had commissioned. Despite this, Disney Plus has burned up to more than $11.4 billion of operating losses since it was launched, and isn't forecast to even make a profit until the end of the year. It would have been so easy to prevent this from happening. Real quick, I'm gonna jump into it and I'm gonna throw it to Sean. I like how these more mainstream articles from people like Forbes and Time, they can't really say the truth of what it is. Yeah, some of that is, okay, people were locked in their houses and then they had that and now you can go outside and yes, inflation. But I'll tell you this, Netflix was doing well the whole entire time. It is the product itself. The projects they threw in 250 million into garbage products and then gave you nothing but woke, and said, you're the problem if you don't like it. Everything from, parts of WandaVision to Loki to, I said She-Hulk earlier, how they just destroyed the Daredevil legacy in there at the time. They pumped so much money. They pumped so much money into that, but yet they didn't care about telling a good story. And then even these articles can't say exactly what it is, which is why, just like the election, they will continue to lose because they never, ever want to highlight what their problem really is. And it's not because people are sick and tired of it. It's because the product stinks. It stinks. Yeah. Sean?
It's I think you really just nailed it, because the product itself, they're not going for what people want to see. They are empowering people who are trying to tell us what we should want to see.
Yeah.
And that's not it. If you go to McDonald's, don't tell me I should have a salad. They might offer that. That might be something I'm going to get, but if I'm going there because I want that burger, then I want that burger. Don't give me something else than what I'm asking for. And if you look at Disney Plus's entire catalog, it's almost a study in bait and switch. Look at all of the things they have up until a certain point, and then look after that, and then you see it's something else. And it's like they had this is what, we know you want, we'll feed you that, and then when we get you in, here's what you should want, and we'll give you that.
Right.
And then if you don't like it, it's because you're a bigot or you're a sexist.
That's right.
Or, So it's just they just need to realize that what they have is not what the people want.
Well, and to that point, it's so funny because this is when the lie of even the mainstream media article that wants to try to tell a story but can't tell the full story. As they're talking about this $11 billion loss, it just came out that Daily Wire Plus itself is actually profitable. The company is in the billions of net worth. So what happened there? Because they weren't dumping a bunch of money into a bunch of projects like to the tune of hundreds to $200 million. Yet they're coming out smelling like roses. So it is about the content and the strength of what you're going to put in there. Good storytelling will win out every day of the week.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, am I supposed to feel sorry for these guys? Because I really you know what I mean?
They ruined Daredevil one point.
That's right.
Yeah.
How dare they?
And the thing is, I don't see them turning around either, because it's an ideological battle. It's not. These aren't business decisions that they're making. They're trying to shift the culture in a way according to their belief systems and their ideologies and even their religion. And the public don't want it, and the public and thank God for the free market, because people get to vote according to what they want to see and actually purchase and put their money into, and people are voting right now to say nope.
And keep supporting Daily Wire Plus, because eventually you may see one of our faces on a TV series there, because we need our weekly TV series. So keep supporting places like Daily Wire Plus, PragerU, Babylon Bee, all that.
Angel Studios.
I just want to give a shout out to the internet for making all of this possible, because that's the great connector that makes it possible to get the content straight to the people. And it's just, I'm showing my age with it, but just, going back to when I was a kid and there was no internet, and then now seeing what it grew into when I was a teenager, and now that it's just so viable to get entire careers and livelihoods going. It's just, we have to appreciate what a great connector this is.
Well, I think the internet for the globalists has been a double-edged sword. I think on one hand, they've been able to use it and manipulate it, but on the other hand, they've totally lost control of it. And I think that's kind of what's happening right now. Whereas before we had, a certain number of TV networks, we had studios that owned the distribution systems, and we got what they fed us. Now we can do shows like this, and it's just breaking down the walls. The independent space is an exciting space. It's allowing companies like Daily Wire to grow and to flourish. And I think it is that the walls have come down because of the internet. So it's the good side of it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me, I had this conversation the other day. It's like that statement, what the enemy intends for evil, God will use it for good. And the internet and social media at one point in time, and we're not completely out of the wilderness with some of it, but overall at one point in time, from that video he just played, that the social media was, and it can still be, a cesspool of just darkness. But now they're talking about, if you look at just the election and Trump going on with the streamers and how that spread around, how Elon says now you are the media, and people go on places like X, formerly known as Twitter, going, wow, this is where I get my news. So it was set up to be a tool to destroy and distract us. And yet look how it turned around and look what it actually brought. So to me, this is, as Sean said, shout out to the internet, but it's also, this is a shout out to God, because if we had kind of talked about that this would be the place we're in 21, I don't know if many people, and myself included, would have believed that we will see such a bright light at the end of this darkness that they brought us.
Yeah. Shout out to God. Love it. Shout out to God. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey guys, let's take a quick break here and then we'll come back on the other side. I gotta know what the blast from the past is this week. I'm excited about that. So we'll be right back after this quick break and a mention from our sponsor, Serene Oils. Experience the purity of God's creation with Serene's all-natural essential oil blends. Each blend, carefully crafted with the finest essential oils, is designed to support your well-being and bring a sense of peace rooted in His presence. Let the essence of Serene draw you closer to a life of harmony and grace, reflecting the beauty of the Creator. Serene essential anointing oil blends are handcrafted, prayed over, and made with 100% pure and natural ingredients in Los Angeles, California. Serene essential oils are crafted for versatile use, whether anointing your space, praying for the sick, enhancing health and well-being, or creating a calming atmosphere to rest in His presence. Each blend is a tool for blessing others and inviting peace into your environment. The anointing oils come in 10 milliliter roller bottles and are crafted with love. When you buy 2 or more, you will receive free standard shipping using the promo code H4F. So make sure you are trying their newest best-selling Hollywood Hope blend, crafted with lavender and lime. And remember to pray for Hollywood. Order Serene today. All right. Thank you, Serene Oil. Here it is. Here's one right here. Got it right here. Serene Oil. Little bottle there. Anointing oil. Pretty cool.
Keeps you serene.
There you go. So really awesome. Thanks for sponsoring the show today. Appreciate that. All right, guys, we got to do this. We got to do this blast from the past. This is what we like to call our blast from the past movie of the week. Here and Sean's got it. Sean's got it this week.
Yeah, Sean Hampton
edition, right? He's gonna give us the blast from the past movie of the week. So let's do this. Go.
Good morning.
Morning.
Axel Foley. That's what it is.
You are Terminator, right?
Yes.
All right, our blast from the oh my God, what am I saying? All right, our blast from the past, a movie of the week. This is something that you can watch with your family, maybe just watch it, not be worried about the woke content, the garbage. This is from the past. It's when movies were good. Okay, Sean Hampton, what do you got?
So for the movie, I picked Hook, the 1991 classic with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That's so cool.
That's a great
I have
movie.
not watched that with Skylar. I can watch that with Skylar.
Really?
No, hadn't even thought about that in forever.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
I watched it with my little girl. It's a good one.
Oh my God.
Dude, I remember I went to go see a movie for some other movie. I forget which one. But my stepmom and my dad, they're like, look, we're going to go see Hook this weekend, so don't go in there. And so the movie I was done watching, and I was supposed to get picked up. It was over, and I'm standing there in the lobby waiting, and I look over and I see Hook, and I'm like, let me just get a few minutes in there real quick. I ran in there, opened it up, and none of the scenes, it was like early in the movie because none of the scenes were of actually him flying. And I was like, just show him flying once. Come on. And I'm like, I gotta go. So I remember that movie specifically sneaking in for about maybe a minute or a minute and a half. And just because I couldn't wait for the weekend. Wow. Great choice.
Yeah. Skylar will love this movie. Dustin Hoffman, man, that is a blast from the past, man, because I have not seen that thing forever.
And Robin Williams is such an amazing talent.
Of course. Just that.
The late great.
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Yeah.
That is
So many. I mean, look at you got Julia Roberts in there as Tinkerbell. You have Bob Hoskins as Schmeed, and Glenn Close had her cameo. Do you guys remember who Glenn Close was?
Was she the older lady at the end?
Nope.
Oh no. Chat. Who was Glenn Close in that? Just so you put it in there at the bottom. That'll be another poll. That's Sean's poll.
Sean's poll.
Do you know? But you're gonna have to tell us though, because we need to know.
Okay, how about a quick hint? It's appropriate that Matt Walsh's producer gave this clue. Does that ring a bell for anybody?
That Matt Walsh's producer.
This clue.
Hampton. The mom of Wendy.
No, so I'll go and give you the answer. So in the beginning, or I'm sorry, at one point there's when we first get back to Neverland, Hook is kind of basking in the glory of having gotten the children, and he says, "Someone doubted me," and they go through the crowd and they find this guy with a beard who doubted him.
Yes.
And they put the guy in the boo box, which is a box where they put you inside and then drop scorpions inside. And this man was played by Glenn Close.
Wow. Wow. Hey, but before, you see, we don't have anything against trans people. We just don't need to change any rules and put it all in our face. They exist and existed.
Yeah, I do not remember that. That's good.
Oh, I remember that scene though. That's cool. That's cool.
Oh man.
Tim, are you a Hook guy? What's going on, Tim? You're quiet on Hook.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Oh, you got to watch that.
I got to
voice.
refresh. That's going to be a good one for the holidays, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's great. Oh man, Flash from the Past movie of the week, Hook. That is so cool. Thank you, Sean, for bringing that choice in. Okay, hey, listen, whether you're an industry professional or a Hollywood for Freedom supporter, remember to go to our website, hollywoodforfreedom.com, join the database for free, and be sure you're clicking on the links now to join us on Rumble and X. And don't forget to hit that follow button for notifications of our weekly show. Hey, look, Hollywood for Freedom, we're all about gathering artists together, encouraging healthy living, whether it's here on this podcast or on a production or at in-person events. We believe professionals are going to thrive. When they thrive, the content will too. So we're doing a little get-together, not a get-together. It's another movie outing. Hollywood for Freedom goes to the movies. Angel Studios' newest release, Homestead, is out in theaters this Christmas, and you can join Hollywood for Freedom to watch this movie. Homestead, the film, we'll be watching on Friday, December 27th at 6:10 p.m. in Thousand Oaks at the AMC Dine-In 14 Theater. So join us there to watch the show. It's a good one. We've actually got somebody was at the premiere recently.
Yeah.
What do you think, Siaka? Were you impressed? Did you like it?
Yes, very
Don't
impressed.
give anything away, but tell us.
First of all, everyone dies, everything explodes. No, it was a great movie to go check out, and this one's a little different than a lot of other movies, where a lot of other movies will play for its sequel. This one plays. It's a standalone movie, but also plays for the TV series that will be coming out next Friday as well. So you can go see the movie and then go stream the rest of the episodes on the Angel app. And man, saw all the guys there. Our good friend Jared LeMaster has a pretty heavy, important part in the role, or in the movie. So to be there to see him, I know that was like outside when we were leaving. It was a little fuzzy, but it was amazing. The energy was great. The show was great. The Q&A was great afterwards. All the actors that were there were amazing. And if a lot of people don't know, but the director Ben is actually brothers with the musical group of King and Country. So it was cool. I got a chance to meet Joel and Luke, who were there as well. And it was pretty awesome because their families are big time just entertainers in general. And there's myself and my beautiful wife, who I got so fortunate enough to marry. But yeah, check it out. Great time, great show. Go follow Hollywood for Freedom, join them at the theater, or go watch it for yourself, but support Homestead.
All right. That's great. That's so cool. Yeah, then let's go, final thoughts, guys. This show is wrapping up here, coming to a rapid conclusion. So let's go final thoughts. Let's say, what's your favorite, Christmas movie that you're going to be watching maybe in the next couple of weeks? And then if you have another final thought, we could do that as well. Who wants to start us off? Sean, what do you think?
For me, it's my wife and I watch Christmas Vacation and Bad Santa every year.
Oh, wow.
So that's our
Nice.
couple tradition that we do. So and we watch Jingle All the Way with our kids.
All right, sweet, nice. Yaka, how about you, buddy?
Well, the Xavier's not old enough to really understand, so I think we're going to. I'm going to have him watch Die Hard.
You guys can safely watch Die Hard. You can safely watch Die Hard with your child because you won't understand.
He won't know anything anyway.
Perfect, brilliant. Tim, how about you, bud?
My favorite Christmas movie. I mean, look, there's a bunch that I like, but there's a Brett Ratner film called The Family Man, which starred who was it?
Was it Nicolas Cage?
Nicolas Cage. Yeah. I actually think it's my favorite Nicolas Cage film of all time. So yeah.
Oh, that's
a bit of a Christmas movie. It's a bit of an obscure one.
You know he did Face Off too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Con Air. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I know. But have you seen Family Man? It's a great movie.
Yes,
Fair enough.
It's a drama, right? It was really well. It's been a long time, but yeah, that was a good one. Well, check this out. Not planned, guys, but check this out for a Christmas movie I'm going to be watching with. See? Christmas Vacation. Sean called it. Christmas Vacation, my favorite comedy Christmas movie. Obviously, Die Hard stands alone, but favorite comedy, Christmas Vacation. Chevy Chase is so good. It's good. Oh man. Anyways, well, hey.
Mentioned to Bill Murray, Scrooged, right?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I like that.
That's good. Yeah.
That's a good
There's
one.
some good ones out there, right? You gotta watch A Wonderful Life. It's just classic, like things like that. Frank Capra movies. We gotta bring that style back too.
Go enjoy.
That's
Christmas
right. Merry
movies.
Christmas,
That's
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
It's so good. All right. Hey, last mention, I want to say thanks to our sponsor, AdLife, again, for sponsoring the show, as well as Serene Oils. That is our show for today, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are the new Hollywood for free thinkers, where being a creative doesn't mean you need to sacrifice wholesome ideals, where freedom and family is a good thing, where you can be a well-rounded and healthy creative working in the new Hollywood. Hey, if you're not yet a member of our database, please sign up for free on our website at hollywoodforfreedom.com. Our strength is in our numbers, so please join the movement. And remember to follow us on Rumble and X, where big tech cannot censor us. All right, click on those links to follow us. AdLife Academy, Serene Oils, our sponsors. Thank you today. Sean Hampton, thank you for being our guest today. Tim Siaka, thank you guys as well for being here. So good to do this show with you guys always. The Trump bobblehead makes its appearance. New shows dropping every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Till next time, Galatians 5:13.